All right, you live.
You live?
Look, your head cut off.
Okay.
Sure. Head cut off.
Is it good? Still too low. Let me see. Back it up some. Still too low. Why not? Better? Yeah, we good. All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. With the Hebrew Israelites, we come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked queendom. All right, America, spiritual Rome, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, which currently has you so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes in captivity, man, to this day. All right. Before we go any further, we're gonna face the east and give infinite honors and praises to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Harakakadash.
Double honors to the apostle, great millstone, who rule well and teach well, and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Aki, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last sections of time, man. And in these last sections of time, all right, the earth is about to have a great shaking up, man. We got wars and rumors of wars, but the ultimate war being that third woe, all right, that's going to be a nuclear war, all right? That's going to be the second death of hellfire, all right, from ICBM nuclear missiles, man. ICBMs, all right, that are going to be shot upon the earth from the ends of the world. And within Babylon the Great, this whore, you have what? This whore is also having her perils, man. Her tribulation with those birth pains, race riots, martial law on the horizon, all right? This whole society is at a trembling point where you walk outside of your door, it's an eerie vibration, man.
I'm going to back it up a little bit.
All right. It's an eerie vibration, man. Because the Most High is setting that scene for great destruction that happened here on the streets of America, man. All right, go ahead, up.
You wanted that Psalm 75?
Uh-huh. You got it.
Where you want me to start?
Start from 3.
Okay. The earth, this is Psalm 75 and 3. It says, the earth and all the inhabitants thereof are dissolved. I bed up the pillars of it.
Right, because this earth, all right, has to have a cleansing process, man. And that cleansing is going to be done by by ICBM nuclear missiles and by Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and the holy angels, man. The army of the heavens, right? And when that happens, there's going to be a great role reversal, meaning the ones that are in captivity or in slavery right now are going to be made kings and priests and rulers over the earth, man. So everything is going to be dissolved because the scriptures tell you the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants, man. It's a beef going on, man, spiritual beef. You got low-level physical beef. You jakes are going at each other on a lower level, man. The Most High and the armies of the heavens are finna come destroy Esau and the armies of the nations, man. These are the kings and these are the nations, man. That's why Putin is mad. That's why he's firing his staff, right? That's why all the people that are in his office, he's perplexed. Oh, somebody's out to get me. Because the Most High is playing on his top spiritually, man, and making him do the moves he's doing, making him be frustrated, making him fire his staff. And he's ultimately going to make him push that button, man. You hear that?
It says, and I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck.
Ooh. One more time, Mike.
It says, lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck.
Right, because ultimately, what is all that stiff-neckedness and that exalting yourself going to do? You're going to be put down, man, by the Holy Father, by the Heavenly Father, man. You're going to be put down and in your rightful place. Like you have that bully that's on the playground, right? And when the sun starts setting, you see that bully come out of nowhere, and all the little kids, they start getting beat up on. They go back home and they tell their parents, and that little bully just reigning supreme on that playground. But then they got a righteous kid that comes around and beats that bully, man. That's the house of David. That's Yahushua, man. That's that white horse pertaining to Revelation, the 6th chapter. You got it, brother. You want to speak? You got it.
It says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the judge. He put it down one.
Nor from the west.
Nor from the west, nor from the south, But Yahweh is judge. He put it down one and set it up another.
Right, the Most High put it down one and set it up another. Edom tries to make it so-called technical because he has that gift on the left-hand side, man. He tries to make it so-called technical in his laws when he says, oh, well, separation from church and state. This amendment, that amendment. Oh, but there's an amendment to the amendment. The Most High is sending scourges for amendment. That's the Most High's amendments, man. The Most High said make the vision plain upon the tables. This is plain, man. You want to be an atheist, you want to be a so-called Catholic, you want to be a Christian, you want to be a Buddhist, you want to be Egyptologist, you want to be everything under the sun except having one power, man. Worshiping one power, being loyal, that's what real loyalty is, man. Not loyalty to a gang, not loyalty to your so-called woman, man. Not loyalty to your career, your job, your fraternity. Loyal to the Most High, man. But since you want to fornicate, Jake, all right, you want to live in these other doctrines, you don't want to be partakers of this truth. You don't want the roles to reverse. You want Esau to reign. You cool with having all these other nations in power except yourself, man. Because you hate yourself through slavery. And we was going into it because Esau, when these curses are put upon you, you're going to hate yourself, man. But don't hate yourself, man. Glory to Most High, because he put it down one and set it up another. Go ahead, brother.
You want me to continue?
Yeah, continue on.
It says, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poured it out of the same, but the dredge thereof, all of the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them.
Ooh. He said the Most High had a cup in his hand, man, and guess what's in that cup? Babylon, man. Pertaining to Jeremiah 51, man. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. That's why Esau, Edom, starting with you, along down to other heathen nations, man, Moab, Ishmael, all right? You're going to be taken out of rulership just to glorify the Most High and his people and show you who the real chosen are, man. Not all this, this big question mark in the planet Earth. Who's the Most High's people? Well, we have these Edomites. They portray like they're the Most High's people, but they're nothing but devils. They're nothing but liars and polluters. I'm starting to do research. That's what these average TikTokers are saying, and these average YouTube bloggers, right? But it all points back to this Holy Bible, man. They all have their opinions, but it's ultimately saying that one thing that is America is a wicked place. America is unfair. The people that are in rulership in America are unfair, all right? Because guess what? The Most High is putting these people up in rulership, man, to ultimately set the standard for this place to be the ultimate prideful nation, the ultimate, go out in blood nation, and you're going to be destroyed in that, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, but I will declare forever, I will sing praise to the God of Jacob. One more time, man. It says, but I will declare forever, I will sing praise to the God of Jacob. It says, and the horns of the wicked also will I cut off.
Ooh, the horns of the wicked, man. Starting with that beast, like it tells you in Revelation. Get it real quick, Amanya. They that got victory over the beast. Like it tells you in Revelation, man. The brother about to bring it out. These horns, 7 heads, 10 horns, the EU, NATO, you're gonna be destroyed, man, in that lake of fire. Because not only is America gonna be hit with nukes, the land of Israel is gonna be hit with nukes, man. Because you committed the ultimate atrocity, the ultimate violation, man, by placing yourselves in the holy land, who are not the chosen people of the Most High, defiling that land with all types of doctrines. Not only that, homosexuality, man, lesbianism, and you know the T word won't even get to that. They'll flag us, man. The whole alphabet crew, just a total polluter, a total devil, man.
And even over there in the Holy Land in Israel, they even have pork factories. Like they have actual factories where they produce pork to make bacon and all that stuff and put it on these shelves. And the scriptures tell you, Isaiah 2 verse 1 on down, that in the last days the Lord is going to set up are the true children of Israel in that land, and that the law would flow from Jerusalem. Right now in the Holy Land in Jerusalem, the law is not flowing from that place. Okay, you got all types of abominations going on in that land. You got Christian churches in the Holy Land, right? You got Muslim mosques over there in the Holy Land. In the script, no one in the scriptures doesn't tell you that we as the children of Israel should allow heathen nations to set up temples dedicated to their gods, okay, in our land, okay. But that just all goes to show you that the true children of Israel are not in that land and are not in their rightful place over the planet Earth, which is why, like the backing up what the brother just said, that land has to be hit with nuclear fire and cleansed.
Right? I got one backing you up. It's Deuteronomy 23:2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. So, what's bastard? Illegitimate. You got a lot of illegitimacy going on over there in the Holy Land, man. A lot of false claiming, false flagging. A lot of identity theft going on. And when you got a nation that's in power that can literally put the power to deceive the other nations, put the power to put himself up there like he's the chosen people, then what do? You wait upon the Lord, man. The Lord is stronger. The scriptures tell you in Exodus 15, the Lord is a man of war. He breaking in pieces the horse and his rider, man. Like the brother just read out. Those horns, man. Read it one more time, Mark.
It says, and all the horns of the wicked also are cut off.
That's right, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, man. But you're not only going to just be cut off, all right? You're going to be dragged, hauled into slavery. That's going to be a hell of a transition, man. That's a hell of a transition. You go from in your underground bunkers, you hit a switch, the fire come on the wall, all type of stuff. You just in there watching Westerns, eating steak and potatoes, just pressing a button and ruling the world, man. Those days are over. You're going to go from that into feathers of iron, man. Like the scriptures say, beat their swords into plowshares.
Yeah, plowshares.
Plowshares, man. That's a hell of a transition, man. That's literally going to have what Esau would say is a person got, when they spend a lot of time in prison or something happened to them that's extreme PTSD or psychological issue, you're going to have all of that, man. We're going to be plaguing your mind, man. You're going to be traumatized. And you're going to remember it, man. Like you called us off in the cargo slave ships. Didn't care. We were just like how you throw something off the side.
Yeah.
Thrown into the water with sharks, man. Sharks craving that blood. Your history is just total blood. Total violation. You got it, huh?
Yeah, because during the transatlantic slave trade, they liken our ancestors to spittle. Just as the Lord likens these other nations unto spittle, pursuant to Isaiah the 40th chapter, verses 15 to 17. Well, these heathen nations liken us unto spittle, because that's literally why they called them cargo slave ships, because they literally looked at us as cargo, just something that's put on the earth to be sold in exchange for something else. They didn't look at us as human beings, okay? And even to this very day, in their constitution, they don't look at us as fully human beings. They look at us as what, 3/5 of a human. And so, yeah, it's just more examples, why this devil, okay, needs to be taken out of power and never put back into power. All right, and that's exactly what the prophecy says. What happened to him? You got it, right?
Got you the precept. It's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. And read 1 through 5. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Meaning what? Yehoshaphat, right? Valley of decision, mountain of troops. Okay, who are these troops? These are the nations. It's not just going to be, oh, you got a Glock over there. You got a little pistol right here. We got a shootout in this parking lot right here. It's going to be actual nations in their entire military at its height, man. Giving everything they got, man. Coming out with all the shots, like Jake came out that what that was on Don't Be a Menace to Society. He was like, when he hit the button and the rocket launcher came out
Oh
the back
yeah,
of the
yeah.
thing,
That
like,
truck.
the dude pull out something, and he was like, "Oh, I got something bigger." Then the dude pull out that, and he said, "Oh, I got something bigger." He said, "Oh, I got something bigger." Then he opened up a truck that was behind him and pulled out
it was a rocket.
A rocket, man.
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, yeah. They're literally gonna be giving it all they have, man. It's gonna be nothing compared to the armies of heaven, of the heavens, man.
And then you know what? When that third world's war pop off, you know, in the eyes of these other nations, the leaders of these other nations, basically they're gonna go into that war thinking that, you know, whoever comes out on top of that war, whoever wins it, right, it's gonna be the next in power. But little do they know, all right, during that war, that's when Yahushua and the angels are gonna come in and intervene in that war and basically take all the asses out. And it's gonna be Yahushua and his government that's gonna be the next rulers of the planet Earth. Okay, the 144,000 started with you know, King David himself. Okay, and that's going to be the governing body, or the next rulers of the planet.
Yahushua, then King David.
Right, Salaki, Yahushua, and then King David, and then the rest of the 144,000. That's going to be the governing body that's going to make it on top of World War III. Okay, the next rulers of the planet Earth. All right.
Right. And hey, this is back in that point up that you made, and it's also going into the mountain of troops. Mm-hmm. All right. It says, "I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I'll plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel." Mm-hmm. And according to Isaiah, what that is, the 63rd chapter, Yahushua said he's going to try that wine press alone, man. Mm-hmm. He's going to, like 2nd Ezra 13th chapter says, man, he shall not lift up any sword or instrument war, man. Right. He's going to show you who's in charge, man. Because he is who? Yahweh in the flesh, man. All right, it says, "And for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." Right, scattered among the nations and part of my land. But guess what? You couldn't stop this truth from coming out. You couldn't stop us from coming back to our nationality. Yeah, we're hid amongst the nations, man. Like Revelation 7 tells you what? I see many nations, man, many tongues. That's talking about Israelites of many nations and many tongues. Did not the Most High show forth this on the planet Earth with great millstone from the apostles on down to the least of us? Camps in London, the UK, all over the Virgin Islands, all over the Four Corners, man. Italy. So the Lord literally displayed that, man, that you're doing this, Esau, and that you have done it, but it's not going to work because the Lord is going to do this. It says, the latter end of verse 2, "Whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land, and they have cast lots for my people," backing up the brother Amanya point, because when they were calling us, 3/5 of a human being, but what led up into that? We were being sold on auction blocks, man. We were being seen for nothing, man. That's why they came into that mindset. Oh, look what we just did to them. We just sold them off butt naked. We just sold them off with no clothes on, separated their families, cut them up, butchered them. Yeah, that's 3/5 of a human being. That was a slap in the face, but not only to show that you're the devil that the Bible speaks of, but also to fulfill prophecy, man. All right? Because Yahushua comes in the spirit of prophecy, according to the book of Revelation, chapter 19. It says, "Because ye have taken my silver," Osalakia, verse 3, "and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." Yeah, man. And you can't compare the nation of Israel to your slime ball tactics, Esau. Trying to compare our lives, right? Because that's what you did. You compared our lives to nothing. That's why you were able to just kick us off a boat into deep water, man, in front of our seeds, in front of our woman, man, to psychologically damage us. But you're going to get the same treatment, Esau, but it's going to be righteous. Yeah. That's why the Most High is coming with what? Indignation, because the judgment and the wrath that you're going to be experiencing is justified, man. Right. I got a little bit more. Yeah, you got it. It says, "Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre, O Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head," man. Modern day Israel, because what can you literally give in exchange for the Most High people? That's what the Most High is saying, man. Can you render me a recompense of what you've done? Can that be given out? Can you put $1 million in my bank account? So these jakes that are saying what? Oh, we all need to get $100,000 we all need to get some land from Esau and we'll be all right. No, man. The Most High is more serious than that. He's telling Esau, man, it's basically nothing you could do to recompense for the blood you spilled, except to be put down, man.
Right.
Except to be put into slavery. It says, I'm going to read it again. Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. That's right. Silver and gold is the Lord's people, man. You literally carried us, all right, to the land of the northwestern hemisphere, all right, because you got American and northwestern, you got Russia in the northeastern hemisphere, all right. So he brought us over here to the land of the north, like the brothers in Memphis say, north, land of the north, and what cargo slave ships. But guess what the Lord says? It says, and if you recompense me swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. And he's going to identify those good and pleasant things. It says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. That's right, man. Southern and northern kingdom, man. That ye might remove them far from their border, man. We're the Most High's pleasant things, man. The Most High dwells in us, and He loves us, man. That's why He set us up like this. But sometimes we have to get shown tough love. That's why the Most High says, I'm going to start with the house of David, man. Judgment will start in the house of David, right? In them temples, it was talking about America, man. And this goes, man, because you tried to put something like how we look at Esau and we say he's like, we wouldn't esteem him amongst the dogs of our flocks. That's how he portrays us to modern day society. Because look, you Jakes love it, man. You Jakes love to kill each other, but let an Edomite and a big F-150 come rolling down the street talking about, y'all got a problem with me? All you Jakes that's just talking about, you want to kill each other, y'all wouldn't do nothing to that Edomite, man. Nothing, man. You love wearing your pants down here. You love talking about and bragging about abominations, bragging about adultery, bragging about living a lifestyle that you're 9 times out of 10 not even living. And then when you're gone, all your legacy behind you is corruption, man. We want our legacy to be built in righteousness under Yahweh Shai. Y'all brothers got it.
Jake do that shit against his own people because he looked at Esau as his God. You know, that Christianity with Caesar Borgia really played a real big role on our people. You know, with that self-hatred, man. All right. So whenever Edomite come up and will say, what you want to do? You want to do something or whatever the case may be. All right, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna do shit. But let it be a Jake, they'll be willing, quick, fast, in a hurry to try to kill him, man. All right.
Yeah, man. Like Jake say this. He said, "Well, how are you gonna kill somebody that looks like you?" People, and they like on the comment boards and stuff on these social media sites, they'll have people how can you kill somebody that looks like you when you got people that have literally out in the open killed Jake in America, the Trayvon Martins, the Elton Sterlings, still walking around, right? Don't do nothing about that, right? Don't cry out about those injustices. But someone that's just like you want to hate him. You want to undermine him. That's the course of slavery, man. That's what's going to be given to Esau. All those psychological snares that come upon us, that plague us in this flesh, that's going to be on you, Esau. But that was it on that, God.
I got a quick precept. All right, further going into how, we as the sons of Zion, the men of Israel, are likened unto, gold and silver and precious things. All right, this is Lamentations chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. And here in this current day, where those modern stones of this modern day spiritual temple. You know, as the scripture says in 1 Peter 2, we are lively stones. All right. Verse 2, it says, the precious sons of Zion, all right, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter?
Hey, and that's beautiful because you can literally do nothing against the truth before it, man, because these accounts that the brother reading in Ezekiel, the Isaiah, Malachi, Nehemiah, they confirm each other, man. There's not one account that says goes against the other, man. That goes way left, man. They either confirm each other or they expound even deeper, man, into what it's saying. One more time, I'll read that last one, and I got a precept backing you up.
Come. Lamentations 4, verse 2, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter?
That's right, man, because the scriptures tell you what, I will make a man more precious than
Fine gold.
Now, that precept right there identifies who that man comes from. And you have other precepts that go even further, say, oh, you identify them as the sons of Zion. Other scriptures identify them as the sons of God. Other scriptures identify them as Israel, the men of Israel, ye men of Israel. So now we have an indication of, okay, well, we know who this book is for. So automatically when someone comes up, it's already confidence built within us to establish that point. That's already, we got that. There's nothing you can shake us on, man. And we're being made that through this fiery trial, man. We're being made back into that precious divine gold, man.
God, through this wisdom, you know, because when you read in the book of Proverbs, the 8th chapter, you know, which is a very prolific chapter that goes into wisdom, you know, Proverbs the 8th chapter, you know, when you read around about the 10th or the 11th verse, you know, it goes into how wisdom, you know, is not to be, or better yet, it goes into how gold and silver and precious things are not to be comparable to wisdom. You know, because you know, your riches are not going to profit in a day of wrath, but rather it's going to come through your wisdom and knowledge, and your Shema Shai is going to profit you. All right, when that day of wrath comes, okay, in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, you got it out.
That's right. You got some more?
No, that was it.
All right. And just to back y'all brothers up the point, man, because slavery in the sight of the world made us dull, man. It made us no light, no glow to us. But what put back that glow on us, man? After them 3.5 days, after them 350 years, man. Starting with Abba Bivens, from the apostles on down to the least of us, man. That put back the shine on the earth, but it was all due to from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shine, man. Putting that light on us, man, to make us shine. All right. This is Lamentations 2. I'm gonna start at let's see. I'm gonna start at 15. Because when the brother read in Psalm 75 about that, the horn of our adversaries, those other nations are going to be destroyed. In Revelations, it goes into what? Those that got the victory over the beast, right? But when this system is destroyed, it's going to be a role reverse, man. And that's what's going into. It's Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Right, man. And that's the results from slavery, man. Jake have what? Stockholm syndrome. That makes people think like, damn, you so damn docile, you so gullible, you so easy to persuade, easy to give this wine to. Is this the people that the Most High calls his chosen? Nah, it can't be, man. That's what that happens to the earth round about. They look at us, man. They clap and hiss. Go ahead. Salaki. It says, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found it. We have seen it. And that's our enemies in the height of their pride, man. Esau says it. Moab says it. Ishmael says it. Oh, we swallowed them up, pertaining to Psalm 83rd chapter. Oh, we came into war against them. So in their minds, because the Most High says he has King's heart in his hand. So in their minds, it's like, what? Oh, well, we really got them, right? We don't see nobody in sight behind us. Did we really just steal this TV? I don't see no cameras watching. All right, let's go. That's how the other nations feel, man. They feel like they've gotten away with just totally destroying us, man, as a culture and as a nation of people, man. It says, the Lord, in all caps, Yahweh, the Lord had done that which he had devised, because ultimately it's the Lord devising all this. So when the Lord sees all these other nations fulfill that thing that he devised, was having them in that pride. Oh, now the Lord says he had done that. It says the Lord had done which he had devised. He had fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. Because remember, all right, in the days of old was given to that promise of Abraham that we would inherit this land, man. Because ultimately, that's what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming back to do. Save us and give us our inheritance, man. All right? And fulfill that promise. It says, and he had caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He had set up the horn of thine adversaries, man. The horn of thine adversaries. These other nations, man. The Most High put them against us to show, ultimately, who's the chosen people. You hear that?
I got one. Backing up what you just read. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds. This is the Lord, basically, foretelling hope, okay, towards our nation. All right, but it's mainly directed towards the remnant, because we know the remnant are the only ones that's going to receive salvation from the Lord. It says, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds," said the Lord, because they, all right, and who's the they? That's talking about the other nations. It says, because they call thee an outcast, saying, "This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." Yeah, so these other nations, they don't look at us as the gold and silver that we're meant to be, valued, okay, or compared to, okay, which, the sons of Zion are more comparable, okay, more valuable than just, corruptible gold or silver. But nonetheless, they don't look at us as something to be worth anything. They look at us as outcasts. Hell, they don't even look at us as the children of the Heavenly Father. They look at Esau as that lot, because here it is, he's in power, he has all this technology, he's blessed with rulership and the fatness of the earth. They basically look at Esau as God and the sons of God on the planet Earth. But boy, oh boy, they're sadly mistaken, because hey, here it is in these latter days, the remnant of Israel has, woken up, and is waking up more and more every day here in these latter days, as we get closer and closer to Yahushua coming back. And it's going to be found out, okay, that it's, the remnant of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are the true sons of the living power, okay, that are the true high-value men on the planet Earth, okay?
And that wound, like the brother read that last part again,
God, oh, man. All right, this is Jeremiah 30, verse 17. Jeremiah 30 and 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, save the Lord.
Of thy wound, man. Mm-hmm. That slavery, we have a wound that has not been healed, man. That's why Jake, so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, on every corner store, every liquor store, and every restaurant, they have that unsettling spirit, man. Not at peace, not happy. That's why Jake will get to the top of the society and just, I want to kill myself. I'm going out like Tupac. Well, dang. Well, it seems like you have all these millions of dollars. You got all this fame. You got all this recognition. You got nice houses, cars, clothes. You even got cattle and land. You got even what the scripture says real money. So it seems like you're doing extra good, right? But the scriptures tell you the Lord make it rain on the just and the unjust, man. So just because it's raining on Esau, Edom right now with all this power, doesn't mean that the Most High is going to reverse the roles. Brother Jerusalem read in Psalm 75, he put it down one and set it up another, man. Daniel 4:17 says what? The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. And he put it over baseless of men. Esau, Edom. Moab, you base, man. Ishmael, you're very base, man. Elam, you're super base. These Edomites, they blowing with the wind, man. You can clearly tell they were the chosen people on the earth, but due to slavery, that wound, which has to be healed, man. And only the Most High is capable of doing that. But with that wound being healed, like when you get healed from like something that's bringing you disease or something that's bothering you, you feel that relief. But when that relief comes, a new chance for you to, okay, well, I'm healed now. I got a new perspective on things. That's what that whole role reversal is going to be, man. Now the curses are going to be upon our enemies. It's going to be refreshing. It's like going to be a whole reset. You got it, huh?
This the latter part of Jeremiah 30 and 17, it says, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
Yeah, man. This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Oh, well, it seems like if the Lord was for y'all, wouldn't he came got y'all out of slavery?
Yeah.
Wouldn't he come got you out of this debt? Wouldn't he have came delivered y'all by now? Where's your God? You're not the Lord's chosen people. If you were the Lord's chosen people, he would have came got you out of this Mexican fix. This slavery and this oppression, right? That's what they say, man. But that's what's going to separate 2/3 from the elect, because the elect have that faith, man, that we are those people, man, that the Most High will fulfill that promise if we wait upon him. It's, you got it, brother. Yeah, that's right, huh? The gang says. Got some more?
No, that was it.
This is Exodus 34:16. It says, I will seek that which was lost and bring again that which was driven away.
So like, what chapter, what book you reading?
It says Ezra 36 and 4. Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 34 and 16. Salakia. It says, I will seek that which was lost and bring again that which was driven away, and will bind up that which was broken and strengthen that which was sick.
That's the physician, man. That's what a true physician does. The Yahweh Shemi outside the physical, spiritual physician, spiritually heals us. Because we got a lot of justice that needs to be served, man. Because how are you going to get relief? You're not getting relief for something if justice hasn't been served, man. Like, how have we gotten relief from the slavery? Has there really been any justice for Esau? And we could go any way y'all want to go with it. There's been no physical justice, meaning him being put in slavery. There's been no what? Monetary justice. And yeah, the families of Alton Sterling that take the money per. Oh, they got a $5 million settlement from the city. But where was the justice in that? That's not justice, man. That's temporary relief.
Like George Floyd, the officer that was mainly involved in killing him, Derek Chauvin, when his trial was set, okay, when he found him guilty or whatever, how many years did they give him in prison? Just 22. That's it. You only got 22 years for taking the life of a man, okay, well, not necessarily in cold blood, but, in the fashion that he took it, putting his knee on his neck for damn near 10 minutes, okay, while he's in handcuffs, face down on the ground, to where you can't really already breathe because he's, face down with his stomach on the concrete. And then now here it is, putting his knee on his neck, further taking away his breath, taking away his life. And for all of that, he got what? 22 years. Is that true justice? Hell no. Really, he should have got the death penalty, because as it says in the law, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, the sun is not going to go down that sun is not going to go down without that judgment being rendered.
Yeah.
That's expedient, that's quick, that's to the point, and that sets an example, a righteous example, for others to come that want to walk in that same unrighteous deed. Point blank period. That's how the Lord moves, man. Quick and speedy judgment. But through faith, we have to wait on the Lord now. We have to have grace. That's what the Lord just bestowed upon us. But also during this grace period, the scriptures tell you we don't have a license to sin. That's why Yahushua said he comes in the volume of the book, here a little daily. This elaborates on that. This expounds on that. This goes deeper and identifies what this is. Precept upon precept, line upon line. You got it, brother.
This is, it says, but I will destroy the fat and the strong. I will feed them with judgment. Right, that's it on that one. So pretty much the Yahweh Shemi Yahushua is going to judge, all right, the people that are in the position of the power, man. All right, the wicked, because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. All right, what you brothers got?
I got a book. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25. I'm gonna start at.
I'm gonna get Isaiah 51.
All right.
Yeah, cut.
This is Jeremiah 25. Let me see when I'm gonna start at. Bear with me, Aki.
Start at 50.
All right. This is Jeremiah 25 and 15. For thus says the Lord, power of Israel unto me. Take the wine cup of this fury at my hand and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. Right? And ultimately, that what we come in is what? Judgment. We prophesy unto the nations. We tell them that judgment. We tell them what's to come. And that's ultimately the cup that they have to drink, man. Because we're coming with these words, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they're coming with the armies of heaven, man. All right? So these words are literally going to come to pass, starting with the heavens on down, man. They're going to lay out their judgment and lay out that order, man. All right? It says, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. And ultimately, this sword right here that we carry in our hands, this Bible, is going to turn to that nuclear sword. And that nuclear sword is ultimately going to be simultaneously followed up with that heavenly sword, man. Those laser beams off the chariots, man. That concentrated heat to finish this thing, man. And Lord willing, we get to behold this place in a sea of glass, man. Being beamed up. Now that's a flawless victory, man.
That's right.
Like on what that is, MK Mortal Kombat. Flawless finish him. Yeah, Esau, this place gonna rock to and fro like a drunkard, like how in the Mortal Kombat they rock when they ready to get that last little move put on them.
Yeah.
And they just waiting for you to hit that combo to put it on them. Then it's all scenery. Stop in that moment and they just get cut asunder, man. And it's over with. That's gonna be the finale of this story. And Lord willing, we're those same men of old, so that we can have the mercy to be a part of it, man. All right. It says, then took I the cup, Jeremiah 25 and 17. Then took I the cup at the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom the Lord had sent me. And ultimately, that's what we've been called to do, man. Go tell Pharaoh and his princes. Go tell the king of this. Go tell this ruler. And that's what we're doing, man. To spread out. That's why the Yahushua said the gospel should be preached to the four corners, and then shall the end come, man. How is it going to be preached out with this sword? Let me get that real quick. You have one up? I got one real quick. It's Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart, man. So this word, it literally destroys you and heals you, man. Because as the brother read, how are we being healed by that wound? Through these words, they're here healing us and comforting us. But these words, they not only just speak of just a story, man. That, oh, you read, oh, this is imaginary. This is something somebody made up. This is life itself right here in this book, man. Yahushua is going to come, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, crack those clouds and deliver modern day Syria, Egypt, Rome, his judgment, and save his anointed, save his chosen. Like they had these superheroes, Batman, Spider-Man. Oh, I'm going to save New York City. But that's only to push confusion and give you the American way. Oh, this is America, saving America. Westernized philosophy, man. Babylon the Great is about to be destroyed, man. It says, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, man. So this sword has been sent out. And ultimately, this sword right here speaks of another sword. It speaks of many swords. This Holy Bible speaks of many swords, man. Nuclear swords, pestilence swords.
The sword of the tongue, like it says in Psalm 64. It talks about the wicked. All right, the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. It tells you in that chapter, Esau Edom. If you have the spirit to identify him in that chapter, it speaks about how, they whet their swords like a tongue. Which the spelling of that word whet is WHET, which which means sharpen. Because just as Yahweh Shema Shai has both a physical carnal sword as well as a spiritual sword, which is these holy scriptures. Well, Esau Edom, being that he's trying to be like the Most High, he also has a left-hand version of a carnal physical sword, which
got it right here.
Which is guns, missiles, tanks, and all that. Well, he also has as well a left-handed spiritual sword, which is his lies, his deceits, his propaganda, his mainstream news media, which over the past few weeks, that Esau Edom has been cracking down on a lot of these big tech companies and even websites like DuckDuckGo, where he's forcing them to filter out what he calls misinformation, because here it is, a lot of people on the internet have been going hard, exposing this agenda. So now he's trying to cut down all of those what he calls misinformation, to promote his propaganda. But it's likened into a spiritual sword on the left hand side. You got to
right up. This is Revelation 6:4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that was Shalakia, that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they
That's a type of sword, taking peace from the earth. That's a part of a sword. Go ahead.
It says to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another, and
read it from the top. I got it right here. I got it. You got it?
It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him, and sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Talking about Esau Edom, that red horse.
And
how is he taking peace from the earth right now? I mean, it's clear as day. Chemtrails in the sky, GMOs in the food. All right, crooked, dirty politics, an unjust king, inflation,
feminism,
the HARP system. Thinking to change times and laws. That's taking away what the earth naturally gives us, man. Paying money for gas. I mean, what is gas? Like, literally, man. Come on, man. Taxing us for every little thing. That's why the scriptures tell you he decrees unrighteous decrees, man. So when you have gas prices going up, inflation is ultimately to crash this system, man. Ultimately, the Most High crashed this system. If you can receive that. Go ahead, Al.
It says to take peace from earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
And there was what?
And it was given unto him a great sword.
A great sword, man. It was given unto him a great sword. Get that word sword, man. It was given unto him a great sword, man. Given. Job 9:24 says the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man. He's got these other kings of these other nations flustered, man. And ultimately, you got the Putins, the Bidens. They're those Roman emperors reincarnated, man. The Neros.
Now this is the word sword from Revelation 6:4. I'm gonna let it play.
Strong's G 3162. Machara.
In the biblical outline, usage says a large knife used for killing animals and cutting up flesh. It says a small sword, as distinguished from a large sword.
That's physical.
Mm-hmm. It says a curved sword for a cutting stroke, a straight sword for thrusting.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
That's it.
You got some more.
The Strong's definition?
Yeah.
All right. It says the Strong's definition. It says dirk, figuratively war, judicial punishment.
Figuratively what?
Figuratively, war, judicial punishment,
Judicial punishment. You got some more?
sword.
Figuratively, war, judicial punishment, man.
Mhm.
Ultimately, these high skyscrapers, these judicial district courts, they ultimately have an iron grip on you Jake's neck, man. Whether it be through traffic, whether it be through the court system, all right? Because what? When a law is in place, a law makes you stop when something is red, go when something is green. Pause here, merge here, right?
Yep.
Tells you to, pay this, pay that. This fine, that fine. You are sentenced to this according to this. These are all the criteria that comes with what you have to pay. And ultimately, that judicial sword is just one of many swords, man. Esau has left-handed miracle swords. He has nuclear swords, man.
Got a medical sword.
Medical sword. The Most High said, I created a smith that bloweth the coal, man. But ultimately, it goes back to the Lord controlling them, man. Go ahead, What you gonna say?
And we definitely see, all right, we definitely know what that medical sword goes into. All right, that syringe, that jab. Okay. Now, real quick, I went into the root word of the word sword. I'm gonna let it play.
Strong's G 3163.
All right, and I'll just go straight to the point. When you go down to the Strong's definition, it says a battle, i.e., figuratively, controversy. Okay, controversy, fighting, striving. So not only does that sword, okay, go into judicial punishment, but it also goes into controversy. You know, it was given unto him, you know, to bring great controversy on the planet Earth. And when you look at Esau Edom's track record, okay, throughout the last, 500 to 600 years, everything that he's done throughout the planet Earth has always caused great controversy, starting with the image of Cesare Borgia, portraying the image of the Lord to be a so-called white man and looking like him with blonde hair, blue eyes, all the way up to this very day with this pseudoscience and technology. Everything's always, he does everything to bring forth controversy, to ultimately, wear out the minds of the people, to to wear out the minds of the people to the point to where, they're going to look towards him in his way as a reason, a way of refreshment, from their mental tiredness, so to speak. Okay, all of his wars, all of his propaganda, is back and forth controversy between the Republican and Democratic Party and all these things. That's all part of that great sword that was given unto him.
That left-handed sword.
Right.
Bring it out, on.
All right, this is 2 Thessalonians 2:8, and it says, and then shall the wicked be revealed.
Right, Esau Edom, but how is he being revealed? By the prophets, all right? By the men of the Lord, coming out on the highways and byways and upbraiding the people. Because we have a part in those horns being cut down, man. You speak on it, brother, you got it.
No, the precept that says breaking the strongholds, breaking down the strongholds. So the scriptures say we're breaking down the strongholds, man. All right, and by doing that, you're doing those things by prophesying. All right, the prophecies of the Bible, man. All right, and that's spiritually breaking down this place, man. All right, the lies. All right, as we were just now saying. All right, the justice system. All right, which is corrupt. All right, the pharmaceutical companies. All right, the food.
All swords. All swords. You keep going listening to them, man. All swords, what the brother just mentioned, man. And all those swords just identify that the earth was given to Esau right now, man. He's using them all in the same manner because all those different swords, they all push towards that one agenda. All right, go ahead, Doc. Blow the trumpet.
It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:1-2-8. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, when the Lord shall proceed with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, man. And then how the Most High does it, it's a crew that the Most High revealed. Not only Esau Edom, the Most High has revealed our other enemies, man. So we know who's all in tumult against us, man. we know who's against us to destroy us as a nation of people, man. So that wicked ultimately have been revealed. Like when they take off the mask of the three little people that were in the game that Scooby-Doo and them had got. Now they revealed their whole little game. If it wasn't for the meddling kids, right? If it wasn't for the meddling prophets, those prophets of doom, man. We revealing your whole crew. Not only we took the mask off Esau, Ishmael, Elam, no. It's all of y'all again. Y'all want to crowd us now? Okay, cool, man. Go ahead, Doc. And this is backing up the brother Manya's point, because when we went into Revelation 6 and 4, brother brought it out, how that medical sword is also, man, but it ultimately goes into this. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, even him whom coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Right, the working of Satan goes into superhuman left-handed ability that Esau is using in the planet Earth, man.
Energy.
Yeah, that's right. That so-called God-like power that he's using on the left-hand side, man, to perform these miracles on the planet Earth. That's why the Most High says in Revelation 13, it says, deceiveth the earth by those miracles, man. All right? And those, even that, those technology, man, that's the lying wonders that he's using as well, man. Through these devices. I don't even know if I want to say that. Because that charagma is a form of technology, man. Right? Because it's going to literally be a piece of technology inside of your right hand or forehead, man. Technology that communicates with the outside world, man.
And that's that and that ultimately goes into that fourth industrial revolution, by Klaus Schwab. Because even like when you go into Klaus Schwab, when you look up his top advisor, that German Edomite, I forget his name, I can't think of his name, but that German Edomite, he constantly goes into I don't even know if I should say this, but transhumanism. Okay, transhumanism. Well, they ultimately want.
Just kind of, yeah. Good. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it, man.
Yeah, con.
Go ahead.
But the top advisor of Klaus Schwab, he goes heavy into the trans H, agenda. Well, ultimately they want to link man with machine, and they want to link all your thoughts, all your everyday activities, all your trans actions, your buying and selling. They all want to put all those things on one big data grid in one big cloud. And the way that they're going to seek to achieve that goal is through the charagma. Okay.
Right. And you could clearly see that in the whole way this society is being pushed. Look what's up hell. Man with man, woman with woman. Oh, I'm neutral. What they say, gender neutral.
Yeah.
I'm not identify as nothing. I'm just. That's basically saying you're technology. You're just a piece of technology that can just be whatever it wants to be. I'm just a subject. Because when you have a test subject, who's the one that's in control? The one that's testing the subject, or the one getting the test being ran on? That's what you people ultimately want to become, man. You just want to be I want to just be. I don't identify as nothing. I just see people for a vibration. Oh well, you're saying you want to be a piece of technology, man. And that's what you're going to be made into when you get this charagma, man. And it's going to be a sight to see, because you're going to have we're going to literally be seeing like all these people getting this charagma inside of them, man. Prophecy being fulfilled, man.
Before our
eyes.
A lot of thousands.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because
millions.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
because when Yahushua spoke in prophecy in Luke the 21st chapter about how there's going to be a distress of nations in perplexity, that word perplexity goes into what? To being without resources, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go, great confusion. Right. Because this society, the people of this society, they're going to be without resources, because ultimately the elites are going to, orchestrate, food shortages, gas shortages, water shortages, every shortage, okay, except for a shortage of faith, of course. And, when people won't have access to the, to the resources and to food and water like they used to in this society, and right now, going into the store and just buying it off the shelves. Okay, when people won't have access doing all those things like they normally used to in this near future, they're gonna realize that in order to have access back to those things, they're gonna need that charagma. Okay, they're gonna need to bow the knee to this beast system, and ultimately have the system inside of them, basically.
Yeah.
Man,
I've become the system.
Yeah.
I'm one with the system, one with the beast.
Right, you just gonna be a new battery to the Matrix, like they showed you on the Matrix.
Yeah, man, that's ultimately what Esau wants to fulfill with the Georgia Guidestone, with this NWO. And it's gonna start with that one world currency, universal basic income.
Right.
The whole entire world on one accord, on one system.
Right.
If you got, and like how they doing the so-called FBI, right? They have people on the server, so where they could go and see this person about that person, this person that. Esau wants to do that to the entire globe, man. But it ultimately goes back to the Bible because he exalted himself against the Most High. He wants that blessing. That blessing was not bestowed onto him. It was bestowed onto Jacob, man.
Right.
It's bigger than just, he wants to just see what I've been watching on blockbuster.com. No, man. It goes back to the Creator, man. He has a complex with the Most High because he wants to be like the Most High. But who created them and roused them up like that? The Most High, just to show you, hey, I created you just to have you come against me to show everybody else who's the man. That's what the Lord is going to do, man. We just want to be a part of it. And Lord willing, we are. You got one up?
No, I got one.
You got one up?
I got Isaiah the 51st chapter. You want to go into that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is Isaiah. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 51. I'll start at verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. All right, so this is talking to the nation of Israel, because we're the ones that's afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Okay, drunken with all these philosophies, all these deceits, and all these different beliefs of these heathen nations. It says, verse 22, thus saith the Lord, thus saith thy Lord.
If I can say that, because Most High is beautiful, man. He said drunken and afflicted, letting you know that that's not talking about literal wine. It's talking about philosophy. That's talking about doctrine. That's how you become afflicted. That's how you become wounded. Jake walking around with all type of wounds, man. Bust open, man. Coming out his pores, man. Spiritually bleeding, man. But the only blood that matters is the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. That's that true blood. That's this book, man. You got it, huh?
That's the Torah, the blood of Yahweh
Right,
Shai. That's gonna make us exempt from judgment.
Right.
All right, but it says, verse 22, Isaiah 51 and 22, thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Right, because how is the Lord gonna plead our cause, man? Through that third world's war, man. By Yahweh Shai cracking the clouds and giving us our salvation, man. Giving us our inheritance. Trying that wine press alone, man. And when you go to Redeemer, man, it goes into buying back, man. We were bought back from the Lord. So literally the Lord is coming to claim this possession. That's why we're called the bride. Not literally, spiritually, man. Yahweh Shai is the bridegroom. The bridegroom tarrying, he's waiting for that wedding to be furnished with guests and prepared properly, man. So he can claim his bride, so she can walk down the aisle and be delivered, man. Speaking of the nation of Israel. You hear, bro?
Hey,
you got it.
Yahweh Shai pre-ordered us. Just like when you pre-order, a game or a pair of shoes or whatever, you put down, a certain amount of price, according to whatever price that item is, you pre-order it, and then once that release date comes,
Jake be looking for the release
right,
date, especially if he got it ahead of time and he ain't gotta wait for it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Man. But if you gotta wait for it, it's like, but if you got it ahead of time, that's why the Lord seek the Lord while he may be found, man.
That's right.
We know that we're pre-ordering our salvation spiritually. How are we doing it? By presenting our body as a living sacrifice.
That's right.
So when Yahweh Shai comes and cracks those clouds, we could be waiting with exceedingly joy.
Right.
and rejoice with him. You got it now.
Because when you pre-order that item, you know, that pair of shoes or that video game or whatever, you know, once that release date comes out, you know, you rush to the store. You know, you're breaking the speed limit, running red lights, running stop signs, because you making haste. All right, you making haste to get that item that you purchased. You know, and that's what Yahushua is going to do for the elect when he cracks those stars. You know, Yahushua is going to make haste. He's going to be rushing to you know, to get his possession. You know, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, but Isaiah 51 verse 22, thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling.
The cup of trembling, man. Mm-hmm. That's what the current cup that we've been drinking, man. That cup of slavery, having to get up, work for this devil, man. Having to follow these devil laws, these devil policies, having a seat, having to be amongst all these abominations done in the midst thereof, like the brother said, that mark of exemption, man. Set a mark upon the head of those that sigh and cry for the abominations done in the midst thereof, man. That's that cup of trembling that we're taking part in, man. That's that bitterness of slavery, that Passover, man. Literally, slavery is bitter, man. Like how in Jumanji, like when he got stuck in the game, and he was reminiscing like on how he was in his childhood coming up. It was bitter to him because it was like, dang, I was stuck in this game this whole time, man. So we've been stuck in this damn game this whole time, man. We're seeking, we're hastening to be loose, man. Like the brother said, man, we're literally, whenever you're ready, Lord, look, got these prophecies, you showing us this, we ready to go when you ready to go, Lord. We just waiting for the next thing. That's the patience of the saints. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, and to back up your point, you know, here it is, we're stuck in this game, or this game of captivity here in Babylon the Great.
Yes.
And soon we're approaching, you know, the final levels of this game. You know, and when you play a video game like, you know, like Mario or whatever, you know, when you get to those final levels, that's when the difficulty goes up. You know, and then ultimately, you know, once you make it through the final levels, then what's the last part of the game that you have to go through before you beat it? You have to face that final boss, right? That final boss, Esau Edom. You know, you got to stand in the face of those that afflicted you with boldness, okay, and show them what you're all about. You know, and stand on faith, and that's what the elect is getting ready to do towards as we approach the latter end of this game. Okay.
Hey, the Lord said the earth is his footstool, man. The Lord literally sitting, playing a game. He finna play a game with you, Esau. Sitting back on that spiritual couch, just final level boss. Like Esau, you get him come up, thinking he just, and you got the Lord just, noise and it's over.
Game over.
Do you want to play 25 seconds, 24 seconds? Insert coin. There's no more of that, man. Most High could have come destroy you, Esau. It's over with, man. And not only will your militaries be destroyed, but your way of life, your fashions, your philosophies that whine, man. That's why the rules bringing it out, man. There's different swords, man. All those swords is going to be destroyed, Esau. It's going to be given into the hands of Jacob, man. Israel. Read that one more time from the top out.
All right, Jeremiah, I keep saying Jeremiah. Isaiah 51, verse 22. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Right, man. Thou shalt no more drink it again. The brother brought it out earlier. The wicked drink it down to the dregs. And we've been drinking this cup of slavery down to the dregs, man. We're literally vessels of Esau's wrath, man. Esau could come scoop us up on this corner, shoot us up, beat us down, get on the ground. Literally, you literally have charge over us in the society due to slavery, man. But ultimately, the Most High has charge over you, man. He put you up to this to show us a great lesson, man. And we're almost at the end of that lesson, man. And after the end of that lesson comes what? A blessing, a miracle. So we just got to keep pushing forward, Israel. Read that letter in again, Kusha.
God, it says, "Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again."
Thou shalt no more drink it again, man. We're not going to go into slavery anymore, man. We're going to rule forever in the kingdom of heaven with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. But guess what? It's going to be a role reversal. How they say a new a power shift, man. And guess who that power is going to shift from onto, man? And guess who that slavery is going to shift from onto? Read it out.
It says, verse 23, "But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, Bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the streets to them that went over."
Literally using our people as walking mats, man. Oh, whoa, well, they got water going over that bridge. We're gonna use y'all as the bridge. We're gonna walk over y'all, man. And that's in a physical sense, spiritual sense. They think they're just better than us, man. He's starting with Esau Edom, man. He sees us as, oh, no savages. So no matter what peace institution they could form, what organization, NAACP, whatever it is, man, your object in your mind about us is that we're still those savage beasts, man. We're still those we're monkeys, man. We're a subject to be tested on, man. That's why you at the forefront of all these so-called diseases, these so-called sicknesses, illness, is what? Jakes, man. The peak of this, the peak of HIV, peak of syphilis, peak of herpes, peak of gonorrhea. Jakes, man. So-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. The peak of heart disease, the peak of cancer, the peak of gout, the peak of diabetes, man. The peak of hypertension.
AIDS. All of
Yeah,
that
man.
stuff.
That's curses from the Lord, man. That's a curse. The Lord said you will be delivered into the hands of thy enemies, man. For bondsmen and bondswomen. But ultimately, because you kindle that anger, you provoke the Lord, man. Read it to the end. Go ahead. You done?
I got a quick precept further going into that cup.
Go ahead.
Just a quick precept. This is Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 11, verses 5 and 6. "The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth." Okay, verse.
Esau eat him. Esau loves violence. He's a bloody man. He don't even like his steaks. Just take it out of the. Hey man, you got some steaks from Sam's? Can you just open up the pack? I'll just eat it like that. That's cool. I eat it like that, man. He's a bloody man, even down to his morals, his principles. What he upholds is all violence and blood. And guess whose blood he loves? He loves spilling you Israelite blood, man. He loves putting you Israelites down. He loves a good scene where he just massacres you jakes. And also, he loves when he kills you morally and ethically, when you go against your power. He loves that, man. That's spiritual violence. It's not just shedding your blood. He loves to see you do dirty deeds, man. He loves to see you go against your creator, go against your maker. That's why scripture tell you the deeds of my people surpass the wicked, man. He loves seeing you take his abominations and run with it. Go ahead,
God, and just real quick before you bring yours up. Verse 6, Psalms 11, verse 6. "Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup." Brother, going into that cup.
Hey, beautiful. One more time.
God, Psalms 11, verse 6. "Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup."
That's the portion of your cup, man. So now you're gonna be in that derision. You're gonna be in the snare. You're gonna be constantly getting caught in traps, in hell, slavery, man. That cup is gonna, the Most High gonna take that cup and slide it over to the other side of the table, man. Now you drink it, Esau. You drink it, Ishmael. You drink it, Elam, Moab, Ammon. Because for so long, y'all crowded this nation and made us drink it, man. Shoved all the dregs of slavery down our throats, man. Said don't leave a drop left.
Man.
For real, clean that whole damn cup up.
Drink every drop. Man.
You got it, huh?
This is second Ezra's. Salakia. This is Deuteronomy 30:7, and it says, "And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemy, and all them that hate thee, which persecute thee."
Right. So now you're gonna have an evil eye towards your brother Esau. You're gonna be a bondswoman and bondsman until that 1,000 years period. You're gonna destroy, cut off the son and the nephew, man. The male head. You're gonna be looked at and seen as who you are in your true form, man. As the basest, vilest man on the earth. Because with all this confusion going on the planet Earth, you deceived our people to think that you're the good guy, man. And we see it when mom and pop say, "Oh, not all white people is bad white people. Come on now, y'all. Don't do that. Don't act like your good white man ain't never opened up the door for you, or he ain't never stop you on the side of the road. They'll be the first to help you before your own people."
Well, in a sense, not all white people per se.
Right. Because white means pure, so-called white people.
Because you have Israelites that's part of the elect that look like so-called white people.
Man.
So
yeah.
just backing up that point.
Yeah, bro. Because we're really the Israelites are really the real white people. Because white goes into purity, holy, and set apart.
Right.
But that concept of slavery has been put into our generations in the mind of where they think the so-called white man, which is the devil that the Bible speaks of, Esau, Edom, that their nation as a whole isn't just that bad. Ain't all that bad. Even the so-called hard jakes that be in the Islam, right? So-called black power jakes, they like, oh, well, hey, nah, you can't say that, man. We all got to love. At the end of the day, they fall back on that Christianity mindset, man. That all people could be saved. And that's what comes from slavery, man. Plantation Christianity, man. The slavery mindset.
God, Malcolm X was an example of that. Okay, because right before his assassination, what was he preaching? Leading up to his assassination. That all people can be Muslims and worship Allah and this, that, and the third, and that the so-called white man as a whole was no longer the devil. All of that led to ultimately the Lord taking his ass out. For preaching that same old pseudo-Christian garbage in a form of Islam. But y'all brothers got it.
Hey, that's right. And the Most High did that because who were the main ones on the scene? That you gotta pick. Are you gonna be a Malcolm X or are you gonna be a Martin Luther King? Are you gonna be a rebel or are you gonna be for the people, for your people? But that was a snare unto the nation of Israel, man.
Yeah.
Because our people keep saying, "Oh, we need another Malcolm X on the scene. We need another MLK out of our people, man." And the Lord keeps showing you because the Lord tells you this, man. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15. I'm going to start at 14. "Turn, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion." So the Most High don't even deal with the multitude of Israel, man. He always takes a remnant. He said, "I will take you one of a family, one of a city and two of a family," man. That's a remnant. That's remnant talk right there, man. That's, I'm not going to just pick out of this whole bunch and say, "Come here." I'm going to take a couple out of there, a couple good ones, man. Quantity over quality. Quality over quantity. It says, all right, see. Verse 15, it says, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding," man. So the Most High said he would give you pastors according to his heart, man. Which is within this book, man. Not according to the hearts of the battery packs that Esau put in the rulers of the society. All right, I'm going to skip down a little bit. It says, verse 23, Jeremiah 3:23, "Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills. But from the multitude of mountains, truly in the Lord, our power is the salvation of Israel, man. Because these other nations, they ultimately out here saying that salvation is for everybody. They're saying that salvation is for Esau. Somebody behind you, bro. Somebody walking up. They're saying that salvation is for Esau, but ultimately it's for the nation of Israel, man. So-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. It's salvation in the kingdom is for us, man. The remnant and the elect of Israel.
All right. This is Psalms 137 and 7. It says, remember, O God, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall it be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. All right. So the Lord is basically saying, all right, that blessed be us that Babylon, America, like they have done us, man. All right.
Yeah, man. It said race it, and destroy it, man. And the Most High is ultimately going to destroy the same nation of people, starting with Esau, Edom, on down to you heathen nations. They came against the Lord's chosen people. They took away the Lord's gold and silver, man. Because when you got a thief that's just committing all type of crimes and he's not getting justice for it, he's not getting brought in, he's not getting put in jail, then he becomes a wanted man. Then on wanted men's heads you have bounties, man. So you got a big spiritual bounty on your head, Esau, and we're trying to be a part of that bounty that gets broken off, man. Yeah. Literally, Yahweh shall come and collect that. Yahweh shall come and collect that bounty, man. And we just want some of the spoils from it, man. And you heathen are a part of the spoils of that, man. Starting with Esau, Edom. You got it, huh? You got one?
No.
We're gonna take it out on that.
All right. This is the book of Obadiah, and I'll read verses 15 and 16. That brother's good?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
All right, Khan. Obadiah, verses 15 and 16. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine head. All right, verse 16.
Right. Mm-hmm. Thy reward shall return upon thine head, man. Mm-hmm. Amen. And we're coming closer to that, man. Because tensions are rising, and we see the level go up, man. And you could literally cut the tension on the streets of America with a knife, man. No matter how they try to downplay in the media or try to say everything dying down, the cases are dropping. Oh, now the cases rising, man. All of that, the Most High just controlling the minds of these people, man, to do His will wherever it may be, man. But our job is to stand on our watchtower and prophesy. That's our job, man. To speak of these things, to get in depth, to read, to research. Because this is our first love, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. They're going to drink that cup.
Continue employment. Go ahead, bro.
That's right. That same cup that we're drinking right now currently, at the last leg of this captivity, these heathen nations are going to drink of that cup as well. Down to the dregs of it. Every drop of it. It says, right. You want to say something?
Right. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
All right, Khan. Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
It shall be as though they had not been, man. When something swallowed up, it's gonna be like, oh, it wasn't even there, man.
Just gone.
That means you're literally, when the Lord said the other nation are to drop out of the bucket or liken on the spittle, that's what you're gonna be, man. As if you weren't there at all, man. Like, oh, y'all hear something? You got it, brother.
Oh, you said a bad dream?
A bad dream.
Yeah. Take it out. All right. With that, Lord willing, it was edifying to whoever may be able to listen. We're going to face the east. We'll give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
my honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Until the next time, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Baba,
Baba,
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
So, until next time, Michael. Shalom.